Hi everybody. Today's video I'm going to be talking about this store by me and show you what I got, and of course do a video painting. But we had a doctor's appointment the other day, and I don't know if you guys ever do this, but if we get there early, I always do a search for a craft store near me to see if, waste a few minutes in that before we go in. If we're there like half hour, 45 minutes early. So I did that. And we weren't in an area we normally go to, so I came upon this. This is the store. The Wood Connection. Oh, it's backwards, you can't see it. But they're at www.thewoodconnection.com. And if you're in the Utah area, they have stores in Murray, Layton, American Fork, and St. George. Now, I never heard of this company before. I just stumbled upon it, just wasting some time. But they have a whole bunch of cute wood cutouts and everything over there. Very, very reasonably priced. So you might want to check them out, or check them out online if you're not in the local area. So anyways, what I bought, well, one of the things I bought that I'm going to paint on today is just this wood block. I know, nothing fancy really. Anybody could cut these out. But I paid like, I want to say 80 cents for this. And they had a sign pre-made on the shelf. And it looked so cute that I thought, well, I want to try painting a mandala on it. So what they did is they took this, and then they have these candlesticks, mini candlesticks, and they wood glued it to the bottom, like so. And when it was painted, it was adorable, I'm telling you. And if you don't want to get these, if you don't like that look, it's really nice because these are so thick that you could just set them, on a surface, and they'll just set upright, and you don't need to frame it or anything. So I thought that that was fantastic. So that's what I'm going to paint on today. So I'm going to pause the video and get set up, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back. Now I painted this with this Deoxazine, I think it is, purple. Of course I mixed this multi-purpose sealer in there because it's wood. And I painted the whole thing. And I painted this little thing it's going to sit on too. Then I marked my lines. I just went across and then side to side and got those. Now I'm going to draw some circles on here. And I have my circle template. This I just got over at Michael's. I think it was like $5 or something like that. But I want to draw just a few lines on here. Let's see. This is nice because I just don't like compasses. They're hard to work with. And you can line up. It has a mark here, here, and here. And you can just lay it and do this. Now this is, what size? I had it backwards. That's the 2-inch circle that I used. And I'd like a bigger circle. My template's not big enough. So I'm going to start out, and I'm going to outline this line because I want to get rid of it. And I think I'm going to use the number 4 and this Wisteria color. Now this square is 4 inches by 4 inches. I'll put that, and I'll put all my colors and everything in the description, like I always do. I don't know if I should zoom this way in for you guys or what. If I do this, it's hard to place numbers. So I'm going to not place numbers, I think. I'm just going to tell you. So if you guys don't like that, you need to let me know in comments. If you'd rather me be out a little bit more so I can lay the numbers down for you, let me know. So this is a number 4. And I like to do the dots. If I've got lines, I do them on the lines, and then I fill in so that I keep them pretty evenly spaced. This, even when painting it, you could see the wood grain through it, and I kind of like that. Let's see, do in between them. This is with the number 4. What's nice about this is if you don't have that store near you, you could just cut a 4-inch by 4-inch piece of plywood. Then I'm going to go in between these. Or you could do it on a 4-inch by 4-inch canvas. Doesn't matter, whatever you like. Now I'm going to go down to the number 1, and I'm going to put a dot in between those. Just because I want to get rid of as much of that line as I can, because then when I go to erase it, you won't really see it. If it doesn't come completely off, that is. Plus, I like it when you do different sizes in a row like this. Gives it more a texture type look. And I'm going to use that same color for my dot in the center. And I'm going to go up to a number 14. Now I'm going to switch to this Bahama Blue color. And I think I'm going to go to the number 3, and I'm going to do the dots on the outside around there on the lines to begin with. So that's 8. Okay. Now I have this desert turquoise color I'm going to go to, which is just a little bit darker. I'm going to go up in size to the number 6, and I'm going to do the next row of dots. Okay, still using that number 6, I'm going to come back in with that Wisteria color and do another row. This time they'll fall on the lines again. Okay, now I'm going to come in with white, I guess. This Snow Titanium white. And I'm going to do 2 dots. I'm going to go with the number 2, and I'm going to do 2 dots in between each of these. Like so. Now I'm going to come in with this purple color, Lavender, which is a little darker than the other one, but not as dark as the background. And I'm going to go up to a number 9, and I'm going to put a dot out just from those 2 dots we just did. Okay, now to brighten this up some, I was going to use pink, but I think I might use yellow. I'm going to switch to yellow. Going to use, well, maybe I'll use the pink too. Going to use Cadmium Yellow. And I'm going to walk some dots And then I go with the number 2. Okay. Now, I think still with the number 2, I'm going to put a dot out, right out from that purple one in white. Maybe 2. I'm going to walk it. So the first one will be bigger than the second. I'm going to do 2 dots out from that. Okay. And I'm going to move up to, let's go to the number 4 and put a bigger dot right at the end in white of what we just did. Okay, still with the number 4, I'm going to come back in with that Bahama Blue color, which is the lighter turquoisey color. I'm going to put a dot right at the center above where we walk the yellow dots on each one of these. Just right in the middle there. Now, I want to get kind of a petally kind of design out here. I don't know if petal is the right word, but I'm going to go with a number 6. And I'm going to go straight out from this and put a dot on this side. And I'm going to do it with a darker turquoise color. On each one of these. And I'm not really paying attention to these dots. I'm just coming out from those. So that it kind of stays even. All right. Now I'm going to put smaller dots right next to those. So I'm going to go down to the number 3, and I'm going to put 2 smaller dots in the light turquoise color on either side of these. Now I'm going to go down to the number 2, and I'm going to incorporate more of that yellow. I'm going to do 2 more dots in from these above those lighter turquoise, and as close to that other dot as I can get. Okay, now I'm going to go to the number 3, and I'm going to use the darker purple color, and I'm going to put a dot right in the center above this one. Now I'm going to go to white, and I'm going to walk dots around that. Now I may fill it in some more, I'm not sure yet, but for now I'm going to leave it like that. I'm going to take the number 3 and I'm going to put a dot on top of that purple one to start out. Okay, now I'm still going to use the number 3. And I'm going to walk a few dots down. And you got to just kind of watch where you're going to be going. So you could go in a little bit right here because there's no dot. But then you need to go out and around it. So it's going to make it more of a petal shape here and around it. This is with the number 3. Wisteria color, which is the lighter purple. And walk another row of dots down to the other wisteria color. So I'm staying with the number 3. I'm going to do my top dots again. All the way around. Okay, so with the number 3, I'm going to put a dot in between these. And I think I'm going to use that lighter turquoisey color. Just in the base, in between where those dots come together. Gonna go still with the number 3 and just do 2 more after that. Number 5. I'm going to put it right at the end of those. Okay. Now I'm going to do a bigger dot off of these. And I think I'm going to go with that light turquoise. And this is the number 9. I'm just going to do a big dot. Right in the center of those. Okay, so now I'm just going to take a Q-tip and I'm trying to wipe my lines off. Now this was a chalk pencil, and I normally don't show this process because I do not have much luck removing my lines usually. So I got one side is wet and one side is dry. And that's coming off pretty good actually. But I do have paint next to me to, if I've got to use it to get rid of it. And this is just barely damp. Some surfaces it works good, and other surfaces it just doesn't. See, like this one's pretty defined there. See how it, I don't know if you could see that it's still there. Let me move my light. Whoop, move the whole thing on accident. Okay, let's see. See the corner there? Now, it's sort of wiped off, but not really. So I just take a little bit of the background paint and I just go right over the top of it. Like that. When that dries, you won't even see it. But I do the best I can to just get them off. And just a little bit of water. And the ones that come off, great. And the ones that don't, I just go over them with a little bit of paint. I try and do it where I still have room. Things aren't too close together, but they're close enough that I can base my dots and finish the painting. So see, this one's got a little bit left to it too, so I'm going to go over that. And I just kind of brush it, smooth it out a little bit. Because I don't want a whole bunch of paint on there. I just want to cover the line. And because I did several coats of the background color and that, it's just going to blend into the background. You won't even see it. Let's see, where's another line? Right there. And for the most part, I don't have much luck removing lines. So I end up painting over them. And this is all that I do. Just like that. Just make sure your painting's really dry before you attempt to do this. I got a phone call, so I had to put you guys on pause so I know that this is dry. That's why I decided I'd show you this, because I don't normally. See, I just, anywhere there's a line, I just take it and go over. And I'm pretty good right now. Let's see, let's zoom out a little bit so you can see. Lines are pretty much gone, or I painted over them where it needed to be painted. So now we can finish the painting with no lines without having to worry. Of course, this, now that I say that, I see another line. I'm just going to go over this one more time. Okay, I think we're pretty good. Alright, this is turquoise blue. I'm going to pull this color in once and see if this adds enough or not. Going to go to the number 4, and I'm going to put a dot on either side of these with that new blue color. I think I'm also going to take it, let's see if this, kind of judging, this is what I do. I kind of judge to make sure it's going to fit on all the dots around. I'm going to go to the number 5. And I'm using the just the turquoise blue, and I'm going to put a dot on either side of these yellow ones. Okay, and then I think I'm going to walk white dots around these. All right, with the white and a number 3, I'm going to do my dot on the outside edges. Then I'll probably go down to the number 2. Now I'm going to go down to number 2 and walk them. Maybe I just do 4 and go midway. Might add another dot in there. We'll see how this goes. I'm going to walk 4 dots on either side with the number 2. Okay, so the ones that are on the angles are pretty close. They're right to the thing. But the other ones, I think I'm going to just still use the number 2 and put one more dot, a bigger dot, just to kind of connect it. Some of them are a little bit further away than others, and that's okay. And just kind of put it in between, bring it a little bit closer together. Just down the ones with the yellow dots. Okay, I'm going to let dry for just a minute. I'll be right back to top dot. Okay, so I'm going to start out top dotting these darker turquoise right here. And I'm going to use that Bahama Blue, which is the lighter turquoise color. The number 3. Okay, we're going to do those center ones too, right over here, the same way. The number 3. Still using the number 3, I'm going to top dot that lavender color on these lighter Wisterias in the middle there. Okay. Now I think I also want to add to that circle. So I'm going to take just the number 1 and go in the bigger dots only. And I'm going to dot those. So it would be every other dot. And this is with the dark lavender onto the wisteria. The number 1. I think I'm going to go with the number 2. And on this new blue color, we got that turquoise blue here. I'm going to put that Bahama Blue, which is that light turquoise color. I'm going to use the number 4, and I'm going to put that blue that we just used, that turquoise blue, the new one, because I haven't used it much, and I'm going to bring that in a little bit more. So I'm going to use that for these top dots on the outside edge. Now, still using the number 4, I'm going to top dot that wisteria color on these darker purples. I think I'm going to leave it at that for top dotting. Now I got a little bit of paint over here. Just keep your background color handy, and you could touch up if you smudge a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to pause the video, and I'm going to glue this onto the bottom. Now, the wood shop that we went to recommended this wood glue, so I'm going to use that and get that on there, and then I will show you what it looks like. So I'll be back in a bit. Okay, just a side note, I thought it would be cute to add little dots around the edges here, but I already glued it on. So if you're going to do that, do it before you glue it on, because you can't get the right angles once it's glued on. I had to paint over them. But that's what it looks like done. I think it's cute. It'd be cute on a little shelf. And if you didn't want the little pedestal, you could just set it, because it's just a big chunk of wood. You could paint on the sides if you wanted to paint on the sides. Whatever you like. But there it is, completely done. I'll zoom in a little bit for you. And the pattern. Of course, thank you for watching my video all the way to the end. If you're not a subscriber, I would love to have you. And I'll talk to y'all tomorrow. Bye.